Hey YouTube, Skeledirge, Galvantula, Greninja. So this team was an interesting one, and it was mostly like three Pokemon that I wanted to try, and I put them together, even if the team didn't totally make sense. So I saw a bunch of Skeledirge because I think Skeledirge is again one of the best fire Pokemon, if not the best fire Pokemon in this meta. Quite honestly, it really has taken over Charizard as the go-to fire, just because you have the Incinerate buff, and then you have great coverage and Disarming Voice and Shadow Ball, and kind of unique typing in Ghost and Fire. Electric, I think obviously Ampharos is the better safe swap, but I think Galvantula still has a ton of play in this meta. I think Electric is very underrated right now. And then Greninja. And Greninja was one of those where it kind of burst on the scene with Water Shuriken and Hydro Cannon. Um, and it almost feels like it's better in open than it is in here. It's kind of an interesting one because like you have like Night Slashes um, for Giratina and Cresselia and open. Um, but you do like it does okay. It was nothing like super impressive, but you know what you get, right? It's very glossy but very fast charge, super fast charging and hard hitting. So uh, in this matchup is obviously just stay in, throw the Disarming Voice. Does not take out. It takes two of them. Just like it takes two Scalds. Well, it actually takes one Scald and one Icy Wind. So I think I've played this maybe two ways because I think I've played this like two or three times. Looks like I'm gonna get the one shield here. I remember playing it where because now I'm just Icy Wind range. I doubt that they can counter me down, but they can definitely icy wind me down. So I remember playing this a couple of ways. One, you shield up the Scald immediately, or two, you just kind of like let it go there and then know that you're gonna just get Icy Wind out. Because if you shield the first one, you force them to throw another Scald, right? So it's better from that perspective, but it has its pros and cons. Speaking about pros and cons, a very, very, very glossy, hard hitting Pokemon that charges fast, but is very glossy. So as you can see, obviously these are super effective, so you can't like totally fault it for that. But holy hydros. Do get taken out, but I do manage to do a ton of damage, grab all the shields. I will shield up one just because Brutal Swing from a Shadow would take me pretty low, and then these Incinerators are going to chunk me. So now it's whether I can get off two discharges to take this out before it takes me out. And so there's one, there's two. I don't take it out yet, but as you're going to see here, this is why long-term moves suck. 4 versus 5. The 4-turn fast move takes out before the 5-turn fast move registers. So getting that is one of the drawbacks of longer-term fast moves, right? They generally the longer-term fast moves are generally a pretty good combination of hard hitting and energy generation, or else they're just like totally not worth it. So they're usually good energy generation and hard hitting. But man, if you get caught in something like that, there's definitely games I've won where it's just like the fast move takes too long. Anyways, as you're seeing here, is this a repeat? No, I feel like I saw like 3 or 4 Poliwrath on the lead. And someone in my last video commented like, oh, you must hate Poliwrath. You're always going after Poliwrath. I'm like, yeah, because Poliwrath is freaking everywhere. Of course I'm going after it. So Galvantula is a nice answer. Take the Icy Wind. I'm going to shield up one. I felt like they were going to bait first and then go Scald. It was just, again, no rule that that's the way it's going to happen. It just went off field there. And now in the back, I have, again, an Ampharos against a Galvantula and a Greninja. So I'm going to have to try and chip and lower this attack multiple times here. So once I lower it multiple times, I feel more comfortable just letting this go and then instant swapping into Greninja. I'll probably take one or two more Volt Switches and then maybe a Thunder Punch, but something that you cannot take is a counter. Luckily, it's just the Obstagoon who is not getting stab on this. And these Hydros really hurt. Cross Chop again would really hurt, so I'm going to have to shield up. They throw a Night Slash. Maybe they knew I was going to shield anyways and they were just expecting the boost. That's not a terrible play. but the second Hydro takes it out. They will get off a move here, which will take me out. And now the question is, can I take them out before they take me out with this? Or can I get a move here? And I can for the win. So Greninja sweeping there because it's just hard hitting, right? Like Hydro Cannon is doing 50% to an Obstagoon is not glassy in the Ultra League. Like, so do 50% is quite strong. Another interesting lead, and they give up switch to Tentacruel, so pretty good overall. Again, the only problem with Tentacruel, where Ampharos has a little more bulk, Galvantula, despite being level 50, has no bulk. So have to shield. They do lower my attack on this, so that will not take out. I'm gonna have to throw again. I guess I just am gonna commit to the farm down and 2 shields. Yeah, okay. Lower my attack for the second time, so not ideal situation to be in. I do have 2 shields. Sorry, not 2 shields. A ton of energy. I have no shields. I expect the Dragonite to come back in. I do get the CMP off, which will chip, but they will also get a move off here on CMP, so I'll go down with some energy here. And now they have a Lantern in the back, which beats both Greninja and Skeledirge. So Lantern is a core breaker for this team. I mean, it's not a core breaker because Galvantula will easily beat, because you're hitting neutral with your Volt Switches and they're resisted with their Sparks, and they can only throw Surf and you can throw Lunge. And so it's a winning matchup for Galvantula, but Skeledirge and Greninja is pretty tough here. So I'm probably just going to top left. Yep, save us both a little time. Trevenant, so good lead. Out comes Poliwrath, that's fine. Here we go. Counters resisted. You'll live a Scald, but again, do I want to take a Scald? Not particularly. So no lowering of the attack that time. It'll be interesting to see if they decide to shield or not, or just take the shield advantage. They take the shield advantage. Gonna come back in with Trevenant. The thing is, I'm gonna get Lunge off, and Lunge is probably gonna do like 40%, because this is neutral, right? Yeah, so attack falls. I remember them farming a bunch. Maybe they want to have 2 moves coming out or something. But all this is going to allow me to do is to chip a ton again. They have to shield. Now they're going to still have to throw. Yeah, they can just throw Leaf Blade at this point, though, because I'm solo. Or Seed Bomb, whatever. Seed Bomb. Going to reset for Alligator. Going for the nuke here, because I just want to chip as much as I can. And I land it, because now it just puts it in Night Slash range. And Greninja is a really good answer to Alligator, sort of. As you're going to see here, Hydros are still going to do like 50%. Okay, not 50%, but you resist the Claws, you resist the Hydro, you resist the Ice Beam. So it's a nice matchup. And it looks like it's going to take 3 to take you out. And then Night Slash, I'm already at 2, because Water Shuriken is a very, very fast charging move. So got 1 off. Should I just throw in the move? I think I was just like, it doesn't matter because I can just incinerate down because I have just so much more energy and a shield. But yeah, throw the Night Slash on CMP there. Of course, that would I need to count to know what they were at. Again, we've seen this sort of matchup before. The other one jumped out. This time they are not jumping out, they are throwing. So I'll be interested to see if I just like take this move, get the Disarming Voice off. I don't want to get farmed though, but I really don't have a safe swap. So I'm going to kind of almost have to do it. Hope to get another one off, and I can. So that's huge. That's the problem with this team. If you actually want to safe swap, quite honestly, if you want a safe swap on this team, to make this team better, I would run Galvantula or Greninja lead and Skeledirge as your safe swap. Because Greninja can just get too easily punished. And Galvantula can just get walled too by ground. So you, like, Skeledirge is probably the best answer as a safe swap on this team. So if you want to make it a little safer, that's what I would recommend. That's not what I'm talking about. Galvantula's like glassiness. That was already a lowered. This is a Lantern, which is defensive heavy Pokemon. I already lowered their attack once, and that first surf still did like 50%. So it's just like, come on, Gal. Like, what are you doing? Gonna get this nice slash off just to get this out of here because I really don't want to take any more sparks. No boost. Goodbye. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to always have at least one answer to Poliwrath on my team when it is everywhere, right? It's you need to have an answer for Poliwrath. Like, it is the #1 ranked Pokemon in Ultra League, and it is on 80% of teams. Just have it. End up getting the Shadow Ball to go through, so I will shield back, knowing that I can take Switch quite easily here. And they just let me farm them down, which is even better. And now we're in the awkward 4 versus 5 turn move, fast move, and advantage for the 4 turn move to be able to optimize timing a lot better than I can here. Because if I throw, well, I guess I gotta throw a move, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, just throw a disarming voice, that's fine. Because if I were to throw one fast move, they would get like essentially like 3 turns. Like 4 plus 4 is 8, and 1 incinerate is 5, so they get like 3 turns worth of energy. So it's tough to optimize 5 versus 4 when you get the 5. But now I got a 4. I got an Incinerate and a Volt Switch, and Water Shuriken's a 3-turn move, so okay. They shielded, and I'm like, why would you shield that unless you're like weak in the back to Galv? So I'm going to try to get this into the back. Unfortunately, can't quite do it, so I'm going to bank that move. Which will come in very handy here. So I bank the move. Obviously, I'm just walled by the Poliwrath because it's on every single team, and it's annoying, and Greninja can't keep up with this now because it's everywhere, right? So that's why I don't think I would actually use it in this league a ton. Banking the move and the game not messing up is huge there. I win CMP with the Galv. I did take it low enough that this will KO. And now it's who's going to take out who first. And it looks like I will take out... Did their Volt Switch just not register there? Or was I just like a little more health that I lived? Because that looked awfully close. Speaking about annoying fast move versus fast move, 5 versus 5. You just got to pick your timing here. They shielded, I'll shield back. Now it's potentially watch for a catch. Or I'm going to try and CMP. And I lose CMP. The amount of times I do that, thinking I know who's going to win CMP. I really thought a Skeledirge would win CMP against a Talonflame. And I'm going to confirm that it actually can't. I'm like really surprised that a Skeledirge can't win against a Talonflame. I guess Talonflame, despite being level 50, is still... It's not glassy in the Ultra League, but like it's a level 50, so you think it'd be a little bulkier, and Skeledirge is only level like 20 something, so 20 to 30, so maybe that's why. Skeledirge, Talonflame, 157 versus 160. Yeah, okay, so it's very, very, very close. Probably IV dependent, but if you, but again, you're getting a level 15 attack Talonflame, right, for the hundo, or close to 15, 14, 15 if you want to do that one, but the hundo versus a level 32 with the 0 attack drops it to like 153 attack versus 160. So yeah, I guess it makes sense that a level 50 Pokemon with a 15 attack is going to have a slightly higher attack than a level 32 Pokemon with a 0 attack. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is interesting because I would much rather have my back 2 Pokemon on this. But again, not really a safe swap on the team. So I kind of just have to stay in here. It's not like it's a bad... I mean, it's a bad matchup in the fact that they... What are they doing? Do they not have a dark move on a Mandibuzz? Like, why were you not throwing a dark move against a Skeledirge, which is half ghost? Anyways, I would not be surprised if I shield this and farm... and then come in with Hydro Cannon, which would be a great situation to be in against a Mandibuzz who can now only throw Aerial Ace against you, unless they want to go into their 3rd Pokemon. And they don't. So now Skeledirge, now Skeledirge probably doesn't even have to see this because they're going to have to throw like 3 Aerial Aces to take this out. It's a pretty good situation to be in. There's one. I'll live. They'll throw a second one. I'll live. And they're basically just in Night Slash range now. So get the Night Slash off. A little extra farm. What's in the back? A Poliwrath? Ooh, Steelix. Double ground steel with a flyer. Ah, okay. I mean, unlucky for them. Well, actually, I need to. Good thing I banked a bunch of energy here because I need to chip this as much as I can because Galvantula is just walled. Galvantula is walled by both of their back Pokemon. So I'm probably going to have to like shield and try and take this low. Or now it's low. Yeah, now it's low enough. I can just let it go. I was about to say, I needed to take it this low or else I would not have a shot. Flyer double steel. So it makes sense why they didn't throw the move. But it also makes, yeah. Skeledirge just like, I get it because you're trying to draw out a Poliwrath or a Feraligatr or a Swampert and then beat it with Mandibuzz and then your other one roams free. But then there's stuff like Skeledirge, which kind of can deal with all of them. So I guess Skeledirge, for that reason, you are going in the thumbnail and title, even though I really thought more people, I get it, it's Easter weekend. It's Easter weekend. We're mid-season in a crap season. I really thought Premiere would have more views, quite honestly. Yeah, the views on this video this week were bad. Again, Easter weekend, bad season overall. But I really expected more people to play Premiere. I'm really, really shocked. This is the first time it's back in like 5 seasons. I get it's still Ultra League, and there is Great League open on, so people probably prefer that. But man, I really expected more people to play this. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.